Hi, this is Vasily and you are watching Stone Graph tutorial. Let's check the reference video. Now back to Cinema, and I will start from the cube as always. I will change its size to 100, 200, 100. It would be my reference cube. I will change its display to show only lights of it, and I will change color to be with blue one. Okay, now I will create a volume builder. Inside of that volume builder I will drop a random field. If I will go to field setting, I will change this to wavy turbulence and I will change scale to 800. Now I will go to volume builder and define voxel size as 2 cm, and I will change the bounds of its noise as 100, 200, 100. Now I will create new level of detail. Let me create new random field. In this field I will change scale to 150 and noise type to maybe gaseous. Let me go back to volume builder. That field has to be intersect. It has to have the same bounds. And maybe inside of that field, go to remapping tab and change this to invert. And we will increase this inner offset. So you see the new level of details is appear. We can check. Okay, and now if you would like to animate this, you probably would start from the maybe spherical field. You will drop this into volume builder. Inside of volume builder you will select this, change these values to same as previous, and change this to intersect. And if you will animate this radius value, your stone would be grown, but in not a that intelligent way. For example, there are floating stones, which are not connected to base shape, as well as these small pieces. Let me go back on view. And now I will implement a new approach. I will disable this volume builder. I will hide these random fields. And now I will create a matrix object. This object has to be 20, 40 and 20 in size, but step size has to be 5, 5 and 5. Originally all matrix clones has size of 10 centimeters, so I need just to scale it a bit. So all my clones would be in size of 5 centimeters. I will create a plane effector for it. I will disable position, enable scale, uniform scale and -1. I will disable color mode, and inside of this field I will drop this random fields. This has to be in minimum mode, and now I would like to remove these half tones, so I will create a range map. It would be count from 50 to 51, and if I will enable this volume builder, you will see that my clones are currently in an inverted state comparable to this volume builder. So I'm also has to create this invert layer. And now if I will add some color to my matrix, you may notice all my clones fit exactly in this shape. Okay, now I will remain plane effector to plane grow. I will drop my spherical field here, and this spherical field has to be placed in the corner and decrease its size to maybe 6 centimeters. And here on plane grow I will create a freeze layer. I will drop it here. I will clear initial state, change mode to grow, and here in the radius I will drop these layers. Now I will select freeze and spherical field and create a group field out of this. Let's change this to normal, and this freeze would be in max state. Now let me check if it works. Yeah, it grows, so now I will disable volume builder. I will increase maximum type to 300, and let me go back to plane grow, and let me change freeze settings a bit. If you remember, our instances has 5 cm in size, so we will change this to 6 cm, just a bit above this size, and the fixed strength might be 25. Now if you will hit play, you immediately see how it grows in a very intelligent way. It connects only the clones that staying nearby each other, and I believe it wouldn't grow to the levitating stones. Now I would like to make some modification. Inside of that radius I would like to drop one more random field. Let's put it here, and here we change it to multiply mode. This has to be, I don't know, maybe turbulence, and scale has to be maybe 200. And let me check how it works now. Okay, you see now the grow process is stopped, and that's because it's hardly to grow when you have additional layer of difficulty. That new random layer is reducing that radius where freeze layer can grow, so we can maybe adjust this a bit to have a radius of 7 and see if it works. Okay, it works, and you may notice that it now grows better. Also we can change this radius back to 6, and inside of this random field we can just add some animation. And then we can hope that at some point in time our stone would continue its growth. Let's check. Yeah, I think it's better to leave a smaller radius, but leave that animation. Okay, let's enable Volume Builder and see how our matrix object is filling this volume. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the results. Now inside of that Volume Builder I will disable these random fields and I will drop a matrix object here. Maybe here we will use a particle size, and radius would be set as 6 centimeters. Let's see if it works for us. Let me pause it, and I will disable view of this matrix, and I need to zoom it a bit. I don't like this blobby effect, so in this matrix I will increase the radius to maybe 7. And now I'm going to add SDS smooth effector, and here I will reduce the strength, and let's see how it works. Okay, currently it looks much better, and I believe there is no... Let me check this again. Yeah, we actually see what we have this difficult option here. This because this SDS smooth is smoothing too much that particular area. Let me decrease strength a bit. Or maybe I will increase the strength, but also I will add deflate rod layer, and it may be 1 centimeter big, or maybe 2 centimeters. And as we deflated this by 2 centimeters, after that SDS smooth, we have to erode this by the same 2 centimeters. Now let's check again. Again, we see that issue with the smoothing, so maybe we need to change voxel distance to 1 and check again. It is much better now, so I will disable Volume Builder. I will rearrange my scene a bit. I will drop spherical field here, and this random field here, and all these random fields here as well. Now I will name this random field as a main shape. This would be details. and this random field would be a blocker maybe. That's because it blocks the growth process. And this spherical field would be initiator. Now we're ready to cache this matrix object, and we will add MoGraph cache. Here with matrix I will remove color from red to something default one. And here I will define a local path to cache everything into the local folder. Okay, we have done the caching, and the size of a cache not that big, so I'm going to just decrease that step size to 2.5, 2.5 and 2.5, increase count to 40, 80, 40. Let me reduce the radius as well. Now let me rewind and clear the cache. Let me see how it works currently. Let's rewind, and here in plain grow I would like to decrease this radius. As we have a radius of 2.5 for our clones, maybe this radius has to be 3. Let's check if it still works. Where occasionally something is happening on the top. Let me rewind again. Maybe in a matrix something is happening. Let's go to the grow, check freeze, make it clear, uncheck this. Okay, some issues are there. Let me hit play. I don't like how it grows in that way, it's look too flat. Maybe we need also this block layer to make much smaller. And maybe we need to add some contrast here, just by adding contour mode curve, reset this, add some contrast, go back, hit play. Actually, it's looked much better now, so we can rewind this and cache it again. Okay, after bake is having complete, I have changed few settings here, and in the freeze I changed radius slightly a bit and of extend to 40%. That's because at the end my initial settings doesn't allow this stone to grow fully, and I have to notice what this memory used is just stats for a current frame, and whole cache was take around 15 GB. So make sure that you have enough space on your HDD. Okay, now let's go to our stone, and as it cached, we can now easily enable our volume builder. And here in our volume builder, 7 is not enough, let it be 8. That's because we have used our particle size, and actually we reduced our particle size in 4 times. So that's why in volume builder we defined this radius of 8. Okay, now let's check if all is good during animation. And it still looks too blobby. I would like to drop this main shape noise here, this one to intersect mode. Let me switch it. Yeah, and this noise actually adds some level of details. We can now enable the mesh preview of our volume builder. So let's wrap this into volume mesher and go back to volume builder and check how it affects our mesh. Okay, here we have some details from our original noise, as well some details here. So maybe also we will add this detail shape here and change union to intersect. So now immediately our blobby mesh become much better. And maybe we also can change the voxel size to 1.5. This will improve our overall look. And I think at this point we can save a project. And let me zoom out a bit. Let me show you one thing here. Let me create a simple material. I will drop tile shader into it. Let it be surface tiles. I will drop it here. You see what actual UV map it exists, and we somehow see something. And during the animation, our map is sliding from a middle point to an upper point, and vice versa. So I believe we can't use this UV map for our shading, so we'll delete this material, delete this tag, and I can say what we can now, if we are good with this shape. And now let me disable this panel for a while. I will create empty polygon, and actually it's time for my new plugin CopyPoints. I will drop this volume measure here, I will put this polygon here, and maybe I'll create a null. And I will drop all these objects in the null, and I will hide it. So what we have here, inside this polygon we have all this structure. Now I'm going to add a vertex map to this object. So press Shift C and type set vertex, wait, let it be 0. Go here in first tab, enable fields, go into the second tab, delete freeze, and here we probably see one thing is here. Let me go to object level, and while we in this tag we can see this weight map. Currently it's red because there are no weights attached to this field, and I will drop the main shape here, and maybe I will drop, I don't know, range map. I will decrease this range to 1551. So I will just change these values to fit this noise better. Okay, maybe it seems fine. I will increase this value as well. And let me check how it works in animation. Yeah, you see this artifact during animation scrubbing. That's because this tag has a priority of generator 0. So either we need to make this higher, or at least the same, but place this tag after this CopyPoints tag. I will make both operations. And now when I'm changing the timeline, I will see how my noise is growing together with the shape. I like this noise, but maybe I will get a different approach. So I will disable this, and I will just add a box field. Inside of this box field I will change size to 150, and inside of remapping tab I will change inner offset a bit to say maybe 85, and I will click invert. So currently here we have a weight map where red is a core shape of our stone, and the yellow color it's the borders of this cube only. And now if I will create maybe regular material, and in colors I will drop maybe a vertex map. This vertex map I will drop here, and I will wrap this vertex map into a colorizer shader, and here I will define a gradient where my black would be maybe red. And now I will drop this material onto my polygon object. After that we see the core of our stone is red and the outer part is white, and I prefer to have a sharpen edge, so you need just select all these points and go here and change interpolation to step, and maybe we need to distribute nodes and change this position. Sort of this. You can play with your shader to define. Okay, that's a standard shader. Let me create a redshift one. Let it be just a material. Open a shader tree. And here I'm going to add my vertex map. Inside of vertex attribute I will drop this vertex map. It would be my mask between the two materials. I will add a ramp here. I would control my sharpness of a mask, and as well as in standard material I will select both these nodes, expand this and change it to step, fold it again and change this a bit. Now I will create two materials. One is already here, this will be below, and second material, let me hide this, go to material, drop new material. Let's think that would be our core material, and I will add maybe red color to it. And this material would be our outer borders, and it would be like a stone shape. The stone has to have a bump. In a better case it has to be a texture, but I will not use a noise at that time. Maybe let it be regular noise. I will drop it here, input. I will drop it here into the bump input. Let me find also material blender. I will drop this red material as a base, this white material as a layer color 1, and this vertex map would be material blend, and this would be connected. Okay, now let me add some order on this chaos, and that would be layout graph. Let me zoom to 100%. This material has to be here. Okay, that's good. Let's go to the redshift render view. And I forgot to drop this material onto my polygon object. Let me hide this. Zoom out. And let's see. Okay, that's not what you're supposed to see. That's because we have a cube. What has to be our guide, but currently it's visible in render. Also, immediately I will add a plane, what will be our floor. I will add a dome light with no HDRI currently. Let me disable view of it, and I would like to put this polygon object just above the ground. I'm able to do this because our CopyPoints tag is stay in local space. Okay, let me change the frame. Let me expand this floor. Let me change camera view. And now if I will open render view, hit play. Oh, that's already good. Okay, I spent few minutes to set up lighting and shading. Here my two materials without any texture, only noise here. And everything is organized on this object manager. The lights on the top, cameras, plane floor, and this volume setup here. Also there are two takes. The first one is for close-up camera, and second one, during the progress we will switch to wide camera. So, if you will have a chance to open this sample project, just expand this null, go to this tag and recalculate all the cache, it wouldn't be included. Thanks for watching, cheers, bye bye.